welcome to my language update of April. The language for this month were Indonesian, Spanish, and Swedish. Since Swedish is the language I use the least, I will begin with this one. I can't say I studied Swedish, so I will say I used Swedish content for 10 hours, just like in March. The cool thing is that I can listen to the radio and I can understand better. I remember the first time I listened to the radio, it was in September last year, and I didn't understand a single word. So I thought that it was impossible and that I would never be able to understand Swedish, but I did it. Now I can understand, but it's not perfect yet. About speaking, I can speak more easily and I tend to speak Swedish during the day. I don't have a lot of vocabulary, so I decided to work on it in July and August in order to do a 1 year update, just like the one I did for Spanish. This one. However, speaking is not good because, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am studying Indonesian. And when I want to speak Indonesian, my brain switches to Swedish. So it's cool because I can speak Swedish, but it's not cool because I want to speak Indonesian. About reading, I read the SVT news and I had fun reading some other websites. Of course, I didn't understand every word, but it was okay. I enjoy reading and I enjoy the content, so it is okay. And that's it for my Swedish part. And now for Spanish, I spent 13 hours this month. Because we are in April, there is one content I'm watching, and I'm watching this type of videos only in Spanish. For reading in Spanish, I read 2 books. This one was easy, but this one was more complex. Maybe it's because it was longer, or maybe because it used more specific words. I don't really know because I was able to guess the word thanks to the context. Just like Swedish, I didn't feel the need to write any text. I like to speak in Spanish and not to write. And about speaking, I did a lot of speaking. I love speaking in Spanish. I found that, I don't know, this is cool. And that's it for Spanish. And now I will talk about Indonesian. So for Indonesian, I spent 33 hours and I totally forgot that verbs were impossible in Indonesian, impossible to memorize. About listening, so obviously I'm listening to Indonesian content every day. I'm also doing my lesson on this notebook every day too. And then the second thing is writing. So I don't write every day. And I think it can explain why I struggle so much to make sentences. Because remember, when I was learning Swedish, I was making a text almost every day. Therefore, to be better in Indonesian, I decided to take my Swedish texts and to write them all in Indonesian. However, it was harder than expected because the first text I tried to write in Indonesian was this one. This is from day 5 and this is basic vocabulary. However, for Indonesian, writing this text took me 18 minutes. Why? Because I realized that I forgot every adjective and almost all the linking words or connectors. I don't know how to say that in English. I was really annoyed with myself, but now it's better because I remember the word thanks to this little text. This exercise proved me that I have to write every day in Indonesian, even when I don't want to, and also that I have to write the word I studied during the day. And now about reading, I read some book because I discovered this little thing. I tried to read Pembaca Dini from 0 to 7 years old. I found a free website with a lot of books. I started with 4. It was not interesting at all. It was always the same sentence, on loop, but with new words. So eventually I end up learning new words. So yeah, I think that's great after all. About speaking, I try to speak to myself every night, but I failed every night since my brain was always in Swedish. The only way I was able to switch my brain was to make my presentation. I did the same speaking exercise every day. I talk about yesterday, what I did, what I was wearing, about the weather, and then I do it for today and also tomorrow. But this is far from perfect. I'm not even A1 yet. You can watch my short video to see how I sound like in Indonesian. And that's it. And that's the end of the update for this month. I will continue Indonesian till the end of the challenge, and then I will decide if I continue or not. And I will also read books in Spanish, of course, Swedish, and I hope to find some interesting book for Indonesian. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!